demonstration artist and trainer for Inception. Today we're taking a look at how to create social media polls. Social media polling is that third button at the top of the navigation pane that looks like a bar graph. When I click it, we open up our social poll manager. That green circle with the plus sign always means we're creating content in the system, and in this case we're creating a Twitter poll. We run our social media polls exclusively on Twitter, and when I select Twitter I get that blank line at the top of my grid and I can double click it to open up my poll. I'm also going to double click the title up here to bring this window full screen. We can run two kinds of polls in Inception. The first is a targeted poll. Those are those polls that you might see on the reality TV show competitions where they're encouraging viewers to vote with a hashtag. In that case, we'd want to give our viewers or our fans a very specific hashtag to vote with, if something that another Twitter user may not be using just in commonplace on that social media platform. The other kind of poll we can run is a trending poll, which is essentially just a popularity contest. We're going to see how many times we find a tweet containing a keyword or a hashtag. Under description here, that's purely organizational. That's how it'll appear in that social poll manager. I'm going to call this GOP candidate poll. And my poll question is going to be very similar. In this case, Inception can talk with a graphic system, in our case Expression, using an RSS feed. And when we feed over information to that graphic system using the RSS feed, the poll question and everything under poll entries will be sent over verbatim. So you want to make sure that what we type in the poll question field and in that poll entries field is grammatically correct and spell checked appropriately. My poll question is, which GOP candidate is trending? Under poll entries, we give you one by default, but you can add as many as you need. In the case of a targeted poll where you're giving viewers a hashtag to vote with, recommend that you don't do more than 3. Make it easy for your viewers to pick an option to vote with. In my case, I'm going to do 6 because I'm doing a trending poll, so there is not necessarily an option to vote with. I just want to see what people are talking about on Twitter. And I'm going to go ahead and put in all of the top 6 GOP candidates. In this case, my keywords are phrases. They're proper nouns, names of the candidates that I'm searching on Twitter for. This description field is optional. If I were running a targeted poll where I'd given my viewers a hashtag to vote with, I may want to write a more accurate description of what that hashtag would mean. In this case, since it's a trending poll, I'm going to leave that description field blank. Under Restricted Channel is a really unique way to brand your social media accounts. If you select an account from this drop-down menu, Inception will only look for tweets that contained one of these 6 keywords that was tweeted at one of these accounts. It's a really great way to make sure that the tweets that we are counting are tweets that intended to be participated in this poll, but more importantly, it's a really great way to get Twitter users using your account name and getting your account name more visible on that Twitter timeline. And you have the option here to geo-target this Twitter poll, so we can only look for tweets that were posted within a certain region if that's what you'd like to do. In this case, I'm going to leave the geo-targeting feature off and click Save. Once I save this poll in the bottom right-hand corner, I get my options for launching this poll. I can schedule this poll to start and stop on a select date and a select time, which is really great for working ahead. If this is a poll that you know that's coming up in the future and you just want to get it out of the way, check a thing off of your list, you can schedule this to start and stop on a specific date and time. In this case, I'm going to start my poll immediately. And when I click Start Poll, Inception locks down everything from poll question down. It's not going to let you make any edits to the keywords or any of the descriptions, and it's going to start looking from that point forward. And as soon as we start to get results, you'll see that count number increase. About every 2 to 5 seconds, we're going to dynamically push new numbers for you. In the bottom right-hand corner, there's a button that says Show Results. And inside of Inception, you can look at these results in a couple of different ways. You can look at it in this bar graph, or you can click Show Pie Graph, and you can opt to show percentages instead of the count. Remember, this is just inside of Inception. What this looks like on the air is totally up to your graphic designer's imagination. So this could be a lower third with dynamically updating numbers up at the bottom of the screen. It could be a full screen or perhaps an over-the-shoulder graphic. Inception's talking with that graphic system again using an RSS feed that is unique to each poll and found down here at the bottom of the screen. In the case of Expression, you would plug this into DataLink and map all of these data points to a graphic that would appear on the air. When you're done with this poll, it's really important you remember to stop this poll. It's not incorrect to leave this poll running for several hours or perhaps several days, but when you're done with it, make sure you stop it so that you free up resources for other polls to be used. That's a quick look at how to create social media polls inside of Inception. If you have any other questions, feel free to jump into one of our community forums or visit the Inception page on the Ross Video website. Thanks for watching.